Scapegoat, the story of a goat named Oat and a chewed up coat. On Monday, when Jimmy Choate came home with no coat, his mother asked him, "Where's your coat, Jimmy Choate?" The family's spare goat, Patsy Petunia Oat, raised her head, coughed, and said he left it in the park. But Mrs. Choate did not speak the language of goats and listened to her son Jimmy instead, who said, "My coat? It was eaten by P. Petunia Oat." On Tuesday, Pa Choate wanted to watch the Love Boat. He asked Jimmy Choate, "Where is the TV remote?" The pet goat, Patsy P. Oat, raised her head and said, "Jimmy threw it away." But Papa Choate, like Mama Choate, could not speak goat and listened to his son Jimmy instead and said, "The remote? It was eaten by Patsy the goat." On Wednesday, Mama found her keys in the muck moat and wearily croaked, "Who blew their nose in my tote?" The Choate goat, Patsy P. Oat, raised her head and said, "Jim did. It was nasty." But as you know, the mother Choate did not speak goat, so she listened to her son Jimmy instead, who said, "You know that goat, Mrs. Oat. She sneezed in your tote." On Thursday, Jimmy was sick all day, passing gas from a bad piece of bass that he ate the night past. The goat was outside chewing the grass with some sass. On Friday, baby Choate's boat would not stay afloat, and Mama asked Jim, "Did you break baby Blue's boat?" The Choate goat, Patsy P. Oat, raised her head and said, he hit it with a rock." But still Mrs. Choate did not understand the goat, so she listened to her boy Jimmy instead, who said, "Not me, Mama Choate. I saw the goat break the boat." On Saturday, the Choate's next door neighbor, Bert Sproat, found the goat, Patsy Oat, with a poorly shaved throat. So Mr. Sproat presented the goat to the Choates. "Might this be your goat?" asked the good citizen Sproat. "Why, yes," said Mr. Choate, "and she has a shaved throat." He called Jimmy and asked, "Did you shave our goat's throat?" The bare-throated goat bobbed her head, shivered, and said, "He did, with your razor." By now, we all know Mr. Choate could not speak goat, and of course listened to Jimmy instead, who said, "Nope, that silly old goat must have shaved her own throat." But the neighbor, Bert Sprout, knew the language of goat and heard the whole anecdote of Patsy P. Oat. Long story short, Dad got the report. They held family court and gave Jimmy an old pile of socks to resort. Patsy looked on with a smirk and a snort. But Mr. Bert Sproat well knew the nature of goats and told Patsy outside, "You should not gloat, Mrs. Oat. I know what really happened to Jimmy Choate's coat." The end. So this book had a lot of rhyming, boys and girls, but it is talking about scapegoats. A scapegoat is somebody who is a person or an animal who blames somebody else for something that they did. So they play the blame game. So a scapegoat is trying to figure out a way to escape what they've done wrong and blame it on someone else. So as we go back through the story, the goat kept trying to tell the parents what was going on, but they didn't speak goat. And Jimmy kept using the goat as a scapegoat and blaming the goat for things that he did. So, what happened to the coat? Did you notice what's hanging around the goat's neck? So the goat wasn't totally innocent either, was he? Funny story, but it has to remind us that we need to take responsibility for our actions when we do something wrong.